I'm really happy about that. I'm sure a lot of what people are wondering is what it took, how it felt. I think a lot of people, know that I almost drowned when I was 5, and I never stopped me from wanting to swim. I loved swimming. My mom continued to put me in the sport, and I've had ups and downs. It was never, I wasn't always winning. I wasn't a child prodigy. It took a lot of practice. It took a lot of dedication. And that being said, winning this has been my life's work. I've been swimming for 16 years. I've devoted myself to swimming for 16 years, and this, finally I have something I can put in my hand and say, okay, I feel this is what I work for. So I'm really happy about that. I am usually not one to lecture, kind of boring, except for many myself. So I'll open up to question and answers. I mean, I'll answer anything you guys want to know.
I think I asked you Mike already, which was say so many times.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do autographs afterwards. Autographs, that's what the table's for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign everything you want. But anybody have any questions for me? So the question is, how hard was it to get the Olympic medal, and how much training did it take? I actually train 6 days a week, and most of the time when I'm training, it's 6 hours, give or take, plus lifting. It's been hard. There's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears going into this. So it's been hard.
In terms of sponsorship, swimming is actually a very expensive sport. A lot of people don't think that, but how did you manage to get all of the finances together to support yourself as you train through the years?
You know, I have a lot of friends that decide to go out and spend their paychecks on Jordans. I didn't. I spent my money on making sure that I was at practice. I spent it on bus fare. I spent it on things that I knew would keep me in the sport that I love. It is expensive. My parents were hardworking, and we made sacrifices because they wanted to see me do well. It paid off at the end. But you have to be dedicated to it, especially in the circumstances when it comes to finance. I had to be dedicated.
What was your biggest motivation and what was your biggest discouragement?
What was my biggest motivation and what was my biggest discouragement? My biggest motivation has always been goal setting. I've always set goals and I've always wanted to reach my goals. I never want to get beaten, ever. Hate it. Sore loser, and I like to win. Which definitely helps a little bit. My greatest discouragement was definitely at the trials. I wanted to swim the 50 free and I wanted to swim the 100 free. And in the 50 free, in the prelims, I set the American record. And then at finals, I got third. They only picked top 2. So, I mean, that was definitely kind of hard for me. My mom always said that I only had 15 minutes to be upset about something and then I had to get over it. That one took a little longer. But it's a really great way to look at certain things. You know, you have to move on to the next thing. And if I couldn't do that, then I would have never been able to be on a relay like this. If I just let it get to me the whole time and didn't have that training to go back to the starting block and let's start again, let's just work up to it again, I wouldn't be standing in front of you the way that I am right now.
Your mother, how soon did you see her after you received the gold, and what was her reaction?
How early did I see my mom? Actually, they rushed us because we were the last event, they rushed us to the podium. We did the award ceremony, and I told myself I wasn't going to cry. I was like, I'm not going to cry. I'm good. And Michael's sitting there like, nah, man, this is emotional. I'm going to cry. Jason's like, I'm going to cry. I'm like, no, I'm not going to cry. I looked at my mom 1 second, and I'm like, so that's what really got me. I couldn't hold it in after that. I didn't get to actually get up and see her until we were doing interviews, and she gets probably as much press as I do. So she was in front of the camera, and both of us got together. So.
After the preliminaries, the announcers were saying that there was a possibility that you wouldn't swim in the final. Was that true? And why?
Well, the thing
How did
is,
that happen?
the thing is about swimming. The question is that was there a question about me not swimming in the final? There's always a question, especially when you're at that level. They're gonna take the top person because they already had. They're gonna put Michael on it without a doubt. Jason and Garrett got first and second in the 100 freestyle, so there's only one spot left. And the prelim swim, the top fastest time of the prelims out of the 4 guys from America, that one person is going to move on to the finals and swim on that team. I beat out one of my own friends by 1/100th of a second.
Wow.
I went 46.66, and he went 46.67. You can't blink that fast. So they put me on the relay, and also another reason why is because I caught 3 people when I was swimming in that race. So they really felt like I was going to be the best person going. But from the commentary's perspective, they're like, because they don't know, they're going to tell you there's a possibility he might not be on this.
Did you guys ever think you guys were going to win the relay?
There was no doubt in our minds that we were going to win. And a lot of people said that we couldn't do it, and we'd have to swim so fast. I mean, obviously, hearing, the French say that they're going to crush us, great inspiration, let me tell you. We got real mad about that. And I remember Mike coming up to me and just saying, like, you know what, we're going to crush them, we're going to get them back, we're going to take them. We're not even going to say anything to them, we're going to go in there, we're going to swim as fast as we can, and we're going to take them out. We put up the 4 fastest guys we possibly could. We crushed too, huh? Yeah. The thing about swimming is the question is, was it hard to balance education with swimming? It is very, very hard. It's very, very hard to do it in any sport. Every sport has their types of demands. I know a lot of people that swim in the morning, go to school, and then swim again. And that's something that I did in college, but in high school I didn't have to do that. I usually had single practices, so I'd go to school and then go to practice, and then that was it. So it's kind of made it a little more bearable, but I actually do know a lot of people that are in high school that actually do that double session. So when I got to college, it was a little harder for me to